All right, today we're going to take a little journey. Not to some far-off place, but along a path you cross every single day, the supercritical, high-stakes route electricity takes to get from the street and safely into your home.
I mean, have you ever really thought about it? We just flip a switch and boom, the lights are on. But behind that simple, everyday miracle is this incredibly smart system of rules and hardware, all designed with one main goal in mind, keeping you safe from the raw, untamed power of the electrical grid.
So, where does our journey start? Right at the edge of your property. This is the spot where the utility company basically shakes your hand and says, all right, it's all yours now. It's the first, and you could argue, the most important handshake in this entire process.
And that handshake, it has an official name, the service point. Now, the implication here is huge. Everything before this point, all those wires on the poles, that's the utilities problem. Everything after this point, that's on you, the homeowner. This is the exact line where your responsibility begins.
Okay, so how does that power even get to your house in the first place? Well, it really only takes one of two paths. If you look up and see wires running from a utility pole to the side of your house, that's what we call a service drop. But if you don't see any overhead wires, chances are your power is buried. That's a service lateral coming up from the ground. Two different routes, but they both end up at that same crucial starting point.
Okay, so the power has arrived at the service point. The handshake is complete. Now it has to actually cross the threshold and get inside your house. And believe me, this is where the safety rules get even more serious.
And the wires that do that job are called the service entrance conductors. Just think of these as the main artery for your home's entire electrical system. I mean, every single watt of power your house will ever use, it all has to flow through these wires first. No exceptions.
And here's the thing you have to understand. It's absolutely crucial. These wires are upstream from all of your home's safety devices. There's no circuit breaker watching over them, no fuse. They are carrying the full, raw, unfiltered power straight from the utility. That fact alone makes them one of the most potentially dangerous parts of your whole electrical setup.
So, if these wires are carrying all that raw power, what's our first line of defense? Well, that brings us to the next stop on our journey. And honestly, it's probably the most important single piece of equipment you should know about in your house, the main power switch. Its official name is the service disconnect.
Now, who says it has to be this way? The rule book, that's who. The National Electrical Code, or the NEC, is crystal clear on this. It says that this main switch must be in a readily accessible location. And trust me, that's not just a friendly suggestion, it's a life-saving rule for you, your family, and any first responders in an emergency.
But what does readily accessible actually mean? Well, the code doesn't leave it up to interpretation. It's basically a simple three-part test. 1. Can you find it fast? It should be right near where those big power wires enter the building. 2. Can you get to it easily? That means not having to move a mountain of storage boxes or climb a ladder. And 3. Can you use it safely without getting zapped? In an emergency, you don't have time for an obstacle course. It has to be quick, easy, and safe. Period.
Okay, let's pop back outside for a second. Because for all of you who have those overhead wires, that service drop we mentioned, there's this other invisible layer of safety that's always at work, right above your head. And this safety layer is all about clearances. The NEC is super strict about this, laying out very specific, totally non-negotiable minimum heights that those high-voltage wires have to be from the ground, from your roof, from pretty much everything.
And the logic here, it just makes perfect sense. The required safe distance changes based on the risk. A wire over a sidewalk where people are just walking by, that has one height requirement. But over your driveway, where a truck might be pulling in, the wire has to be higher. And over a public street with big commercial trucks, you guessed it, even higher still.
So why all the fuss? Why are we so obsessed with these heights? Because these rules prevent actual disasters. They stop a person on a ladder from accidentally making contact. They give a buffer zone if a tree limb falls. They make sure a moving truck can pass right underneath without ripping the power line clean off your house. It's all about proactive safety.
So let's put a real number on this to make it concrete. Over a typical residential driveway, that service drop needs to have a minimum clearance of 12 feet. And why 12 feet? Is that just some random number they picked? Absolutely not. That's just about the height of a standard moving truck. You see? The rule isn't just an abstract number, it's a practical, life-saving barrier designed to prevent a very specific and very dangerous accident before it can ever happen. It's foresight written right into the code.
You know, as we wrap this up, the big takeaway is pretty simple. Every single term we've talked about, the service point, those big conductors, that all-important disconnect switch, the clearances, it isn't just technical jargon. Every single one represents another vital layer of protection, another layer of armor for you and your family.
And that's it. You've just completed the journey of power. You now know the whole story, that critical path from the utility pole to your main switch, from the official handover through the main power artery, and all protected by that emergency stop and those invisible safety clearances.
So that leaves us with one final, and honestly, the most crucial question of all. Forget everything else for a moment and just ask yourself this. Do you know, right now, exactly where your main power disconnect is? In an emergency, in the dark, maybe in a panic, could you find it? Because knowing the answer to that question isn't just smart, it's a fundamental part of keeping your home and everyone in it safe.